Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around we are doing dragons and more dragons and more dragons. I'm basically categorizing or guiding you through every single dragon there is in Trove. So if you watched this video or if you watched one of these videos before, the intro is going to be the same for each and every single video. I'm going to use the same one for each one so I can explain to the people that do click a random one and not just the first one that you know, this is the same, and kind of explaining how it goes. So if you've seen this intro, you can click ahead. In the description there is links to a bunch of stuff, but also to timestamps so you can get to whatever dragon you are looking for if you just want to skip ahead. But if you haven't watched this intro, I suggest you do so. There's not going to be a lot of talking or a lot of entering into this, but there is a little bit explaining why I didn't put all the dragons into the same video. It's because that over time Trove introduces new dragons, and those dragons, if I make one big video, I can't put all those, so I have to make a different one. So I decided that I wanted to do at least 3 dragons in a video, maybe more, up to like 7 or something, like some that made sense to put together. So some of the videos are a little bit longer than others, some are a little bit shorter, but they are categorizing all of them. So when they introduce new dragons, as they did not too recently, they introduced 3 new dragons. Those 3 new dragons, you know, is just gonna end up in the playlist that is on the channel. So it's just, you know, go through all of them as it is. It is says in the title which ones is what, and also in the description, of course, so you can kind of figure out which dragons you are looking for. So that's basically the intro, so there's not really much more to say. That was just explaining why I did it like I did it, and not in one big video, as that there's a lot of dragons out there. And yeah, so that was the intro. Now we can start going into the dragons. Enjoy. Alright guys, we got the next dragon. These are one of the newer ones. It's called A.T.M.O.S, and it is a little bit crazy, as you can see. I'm not sure if there's a bug, since it's one of the newer dragons. I don't know if the has to be this much lightning going on, but if it is, well, it's kind of crazy. But it's one of the newer dragons, and the way you get this is to get 100 fragments from the sky walls, the cursed sky walls. This is the only way you can get them. It drops both from the dungeon itself, but also from the mini bosses that are around there. And you can do it all the way from U5 all the way to U9. And it seems that you get more as you get up there, but it's kind of a maximum of 3. I have kind of thought I got when I was farming it, and you do get extra on Friday. So, but 3 seems to be the most you can get from one dungeon or a mini boss, but it can change over time, so you might get more, but it's pretty fast to farm. I farmed it in 2 hours or so. So when you got yourself 100 fragments, you want to go here to the Dragon Crucible, you want to go to Fragment Dragons, and you want to get yourself 300 dragon coins and 3,500 crystallized clouds. And these you can get on the marketplace if you want to choose to do so, or you can get these from also the cursed sky worlds as an ore, and the same thing with the radiant ruins. There's the same place, there's a bunch of it in there, or like I said, you can get it off the marketplace, or you can use Tuesdays to farm it if you want to do so. The next thing you want to get is some radiant shards. These are only from the Dark Heart dungeons in the Sky Realms, and this is also, of course, from the Cursed Skylands. There's more in the Radiant Ruins because there's not really any enemies. There's like some big dudes, but they can drop them as well, I'm pretty sure. But you can also acquire it off, and again, it works on Tuesdays, but you can also acquire it on the marketplace if you choose to do so. Let me get back to here, and then you need 25,000 flux, and then you need diamonds, and these you craft in the ring crafting bench. I have a ring crafting guide on my channel, so go check that out, as you can get how you're gonna get these diamonds, but basically you craft them through ring crafting. And you can also get them off the marketplace if you choose to do so. And again, you got these egg fragments, as you can see, rarely in dungeons in the Cursed Skylands. But like I said, when I was farming it, you could also get it from the mini bosses that was around, like outside the dungeons and stuff like that. So it drops from basically everything they can drop, fragments or so on. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the A.T.M.O.S dragon. Pretty easy, pretty simple, fast farm, again, from doing it on a Friday, and even faster if you have Patreon, of course. But yeah, it's good enough with mine. I farmed without Patreon. That's just wanted to mention that as well. But that was the A.T.M.O.S dragon. Let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, now we got the new, one of the newer dragons is the Hexed dragon, and it drops in the delve, or the fragments for it drops in the delve in two specific biomes. Let me see if I can remember what they're called. It's called Amphia and Neon Underground. So it's specific, two specific biomes that are there. They look like Neon City Biome. There's a lot of robotic enemies in there, and you want to defeat the robotic enemies up to the boss. So nothing drops, any fragments drops from the boss, but it drops from the enemies up there. So have to clear from the start and all the way to the end, no matter what the other goals are. You don't have to meet the goal and don't have to defeat the boss in the end. You just have to farm the same thing over and over again, and it changes every week which when it's going to be. So if you go through the challenge delves, you're going to find the floor, and the depths, it doesn't matter what depth it is. You can get it on any depth, but it only drops in those two specific biomes. So if we go back into the Dragon Crucible, you have to farm 100 fragments of these, as you can see right here. 100 fragments. I only have 8. I have not been a good boy in farming my fragments, but as you can see here, these fragments found rarely in the delves from these two biomes, as it's called here. And if you want to know what biome it's called, you can just press on PC Escape or whatever key to get up the menu. And you can see I'm in the hub right now. It would say what kind of biome you are in. It will also say when you enter, but if you don't see it fast enough, you can just do that and you can see what biome you are in. But it's very clearly, it's when you see robotic enemies, defeat them for sure. So other than that, you need 300 dragon coins, you need 25,000 flux, and you need plasmium solution, and these can be obtained on the marketplace if you want to do so, or you can farm it through gardening, and I do have a gardening guide on my channel, so go check that one out. And you can see how you're going to get yourself plasmic solution. The next thing is robotic salvage. This can also be obtained on the marketplace if you choose to do so, or you can go to the Neon City biomes, of course, right over here. There's a lot of it here, but you just have to defeat robotic enemies as you go through the farming these hex dragon fragments. You are going to get also a bunch. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch, but it's very random how many you're going to get, right? But the robotic salvage you are going to get through that. And the same thing with the plasmium. You are going to get it through Neon City biome and the Luminacy biome as well. But these cannot, I'm pretty sure this cannot, I have not experienced this dropping in the delve, but this can definitely drop in the delve while you defeat enemies. But this the plasmin can also, of course, be obtained in the on the marketplace if you choose to do so. 1100 is not that much, and same with the robotic salvage. It's pretty common crafting material, so it's pretty easy on the money for the marketplace. And then of course you need 100 of these here fragments, and as I said, so it has to say these two biomes, and if you see these two biomes while you are farming your weekly shadow towers, sorry, not shadow towers, delves, when you clear them, you can just make sure you clear everything there is at demand, no matter what the objective is, to defeat the boss. But it will not drop from the boss itself, so it's only from the trash monsters up to the boss. So that was the Hexed mount. We can now move on to the next one. Alright, so this next one is a little bit easier than the previous one because you can farm the gateways for this here dragon. It's a Dragonfire Peaks dragon. So what you have to do is you gotta go to the Dragonfire Peaks. It doesn't have to be here, it can be anywhere, this Dragonfire Peaks. When you do dungeons in there, there's a chance of it dropping a gateway that's called Volcanic something. I'm not sure exactly the name of it, but it is a gateway. You can place down the gateway and it will give you that biome, that place where you are going to go. So that is completely dependent on what power rank you have. So if your power rank is this, you're gonna start at maybe 117 or a lower. Let me bring back the map. Oh, that's not the map. That's the map. So going into the Dragonfire Peaks, you're gonna get these gateways. You're gonna go put them down, and you can do it. You can do multiple people if you want to do so. But the trick is that the chances of you can only get it from the bosses. When you defeat the boss, that's when you're gonna get a chance of it. And of course, Friday works with it as well. Most of the fragments do, right? So you go through the delve, you do the boss, and there's a chance of it dropping. But the thing is that it increases the chances of dropping all the way to 100 depth 150. After 150, it doesn't increase the chance higher. So if you do it on 150, that is the best way to do it, because that's the highest chance you get, not 151. but 150. So you get yourself 100 fragments, and then you go to the Dragon Crucible, you go on the Fragment Dragons, and you're gonna go down right here. So you're gonna use yourself, or get yourself, 300 Dragon Coins, 25,000 Flux, and water. And water is obtained through gardening. So you make some sponges through gardening. I do have a gardening guide on my channel, so go check that one out, how you're gonna get water. But it's pretty simple. 500 sponges, you throw them in water, and then you get 500 water. Then you need Primordial Flames. These are from Dragonfire Peaks biomes. You can find them anywhere basically, but this has the most and it is easily to get. Of course, you can also obtain this if you want to do so on the marketplace. But yeah, you get of course more on Tuesdays as well if you are interested in that. Then you got Robotic Salvage as well. This is of course from Neon City biome. So if you go to a Neon City biome, it could be this one, and defeat Neon City enemies, robotic enemies, you will have a chance of getting robotic salvage. So pretty simple, pretty easy. But when you go to the fragments right here, these can also, of course, the robotic salvage can be obtained on the marketplace if you choose to do so. It's a pretty common material, so it's not very expensive. The Primordial Flame is a little bit more up there, and that's about it for that. But then of course you need that 100 fragment, as you can see from the volcanic vaults. That's what they're called, the volcanic vaults. So you place down the gateway, and you it's going to be in your inventory, in your crafting there. It's going to be right at the end here, depending on how much it is. Of course, it's going to be one of these, like one of these gateways. It's going to look a little bit different, but you're going to see it when it's in here. You can place that down, and you can enter by going there. So pretty simple, and that's going to get yourself a Dragonfire Peaks dragon as well. So that's it for the dragons, and we are done.